All right, here we are at Earth Day San Francisco. I'm Global Val. I'm here with Brent Turner, who's from the California Association of Voting Officials, and he was one of our speakers on stage today. So Brent, let us know why you came to Earth Day today and what your message was.
Well, unlike a lot of places I go, I was invited, and I'm here because elections and making sure that votes are counted properly actually has a strong tie-in to the environmental justice movement, in that we know that if we can't get proper leadership working on these issues, that we're certainly doomed. So we're on the front lines making sure basically that corporations aren't counting the votes, but rather the public and public software is involved in that counting process. And then we also have a paper ballot component for audits and such.
So I do want to ask that question from for people who don't understand the technology side of these things, because there are people in San Francisco who don't still, and I understand that. I may be one of them. Can you please explain the importance of what open source software means, and why that would be an important tool for us to maintain fair, open elections?
Well, public software, or open source, is a software that has transparency as a component, and within that system, when utilizing open source, that basically means that you can take a look at the software and that the chain of custody is maximized. So rather than a vendor coming in and supplying the election systems and being in charge of the process, now you've got the government in partnership with the general public overseeing the process, so it no longer is a secret process. Basically, public involvement and a lot of eyes on the code is what we say, makes it more available to oversight, and that oversight is key in making sure that there's no funny business going on with the vote counting.
Right, right. More accountability, more available eyes to see it. Yeah, to think about the way that our voting systems are right now. As you said, it's basically a private contractor,
yes,
who operates our electronic voting system. So a lot of people do have issue with that, and they doubt it, they don't trust it, they want to trust it. So where are we now? How much closer to getting open source software are we, maybe in San Francisco or even in California?
Well, San Francisco, we're proud to say, as San Franciscans, is leading on this particular issue nationally. So we've been, coaching everybody from the Senator Obama before he ran, through that administration. Not so much the current administration. We haven't had much, interestingly, we haven't had much communication there, but throughout the Senate and the Congress and everywhere, everybody's in the know that we have to get rid of these privatized voting systems, and we have to have these, what's called a general public license, open source paper ballot system. So Mayor Breed promised that she would move this project forward. Tom Amiano was one of the initiators with us on the project. We got an 11-0 on the Board of Supervisors. We have the unanimous push from the Elections Commission. The Department of Technology has now taken the project over from the Elections Department, and we're hopeful. We're in the mix for funding right now. We're hoping that Mayor Breed or the Soups finds it in their hearts to give this some priority. There's a lot of great projects happening, obviously, and a lot of problems, but we need to make sure that we're setting the precedent for the United States and for California. So there is a bill right now, AB 1784, which will provide matching funds from the state of California.
Okay.
And that way San Francisco won't have to bear the entire cost. But the system we're talking about will run about $15 million, and that's the same as the system that is lousy that we have to buy every few years. So if we invest in ourselves right now, we'll save the county and the state and the country billions and billions, and not even mentioning, again, the fact that the security is really what we're talking about. This is a national security issue. We can't afford not to do this.
Well, thank you for laying that out, and I'm happy to know that the various city departments, the supervisors, the Department of Technology, the Department of Elections are behind this. And can you tell people again what that assembly bill is so that you can write to your California senators and let them know to support this?
That's 1784 and AB 1784. It's a brand new bill. Miguel Santiago is a co-author along with Loretta Fletcher Gonzalez and our own David Chu.
Excellent. So this is another action you can take on Earth Day. You can write to your assembly member in the state of California and let them know to support this so that the state of California can help San Francisco be that pioneer in open source software for open and fair and free elections. Thank you, Brent Turner, and thank you to everybody at the California Association of Voting Officials.
Thank you.
Happy Earth Day.
Thank you.
All right.